You know that you need code to build your app, but where does that code actually live? How can multiple software developers work on the same code at the same time from across the world? And how do you keep your code safe and secure? The answer to all of this is GitHub. In this video, I'm going to break down the 5 main features of GitHub that every founder should know. Let's start with the basics. Where does your code actually go? You have a developer on your team that writes code, but what happens if that laptop crashes? What happens if you hire a second developer? Storing your code locally isn't very reliable or scalable. That's where GitHub comes in. It's a cloud-based storage system for code. Think of it like Google Drive, but designed specifically for developers where they can access it anywhere and securely. So now you have a place to store your code, but how can multiple developers work on the same code base? Without the right tools, one developer can overwrite the changes of another developer, leading to bugs, problems, and frustrations. GitHub is built for collaboration. Each developer can create a copy or branch of the main code base. They can make their changes to it, and then with this change, they can merge it back to the main code base. This allows multiple developers to work on the same code base at the same time. But with all this collaboration, mistakes can happen. What if one developer makes a change that breaks another part of the code? Without a clear history, it's going to be hard to keep track of who did what. This is where version control comes in. Version control allows you to see who made what change at what time, and you have a version of each of those changes. And if something breaks, you can revert back to an old version of it that was working. You can think of it as like a time machine, and you can go back to a previous version. Okay, so your code is stored, collaborative, and tracked. But what's stopping from anyone just accessing this code, stealing it, corrupting it? That's where SSH keys on GitHub comes in. You can think of it like a digital key card. So only those who are authorized will be able to make changes and access that GitHub codebase. Finally, let's talk about who can or should see your code. Maybe you want to keep your code private to just your team members, or you want to keep your code public so anyone can contribute to it. GitHub allows you to set the privacy of your code to either public or private for just your team members, or open source so anyone can see it or be able to contribute to the code. So as a recap, GitHub allows you to store your code in the cloud, allows multiple developers to collaborate on it, gives version control so you can see the changes and revert back to old changes, use SSH keys to securely access the code, and you can set the visibility of your code base. Whether you have one developer or a team of developers, understanding GitHub allows you to act more confidently as a founder. If you're a founder currently working on an app idea and need help bringing it to life, I'm currently taking on new projects. Fill out the form below and we can see if we're a good fit for each other. I'm looking forward to hearing from you.